Hi, this is Vishan Borich from Team Tough, and welcome to the Down and Dirty at 1:30 Central Time, that is. I hope that you're ready today. I have a presentation that I want to give you that really is close to my heart because this is what inspired me to do what I do for a living. All right. So today, this Down and Dirty is actually recorded. We're not live, and I don't like to do recorded Down and Dirties. I usually want to do them live because I think that that's more special. It's like you're here with me in my office and I'm chatting with you. However, today I'm honored with an opportunity to speak at Career Day for the local school district. And I'm really excited to speak to all these children and to help them so that they can turn their dreams into their career. Because I think so often when we're children, we're told what we should be when we grow up. Especially if you have parents who want you to be like a doctor or lawyer or something like that. And I want to reach out to them, and I have that opportunity today to tell them that they literally can be whatever it is that they set their mind to, and they can make good money doing so. Because I think a lot of times that's what holds us all back, is that we really love basket weaving. I'm just giving you an example, but you don't know how you can turn that into a business where you can actually live on it, eat, and have a family with that kind of income. And that's where I step in. That's where I show you how you really can do what you love, make a good living doing it, and have a good time too. So if that interests you, then you're in the right place because that's what this presentation is going to be all about today. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to move this to the corner of the page so you can hopefully still see me. So today's title is How to Make a Living Doing What You Love. And obviously that's the ultimate goal I think that a lot of us have. My name, if you didn't hear me earlier, that's Vishan Borich, and I am a sensei, which means teacher. I'm a 5th degree black belt. And I not only run an internet business, which you're watching today, but I also am a martial arts instructor and own my own dojo, which means karate school. Okay, and some people, my nickname is the Tough Mama, and tough stands for tough, unstoppable, fearless, and free, which is the path that I like to take in my life and I encourage others to take so that ultimately you can reach a lifestyle of freedom. So let me give you a little background. So today I have a lot of students. This is just a small portion of them. We recently, actually this Saturday, we had a seminar, and some of these people are my instructors. Like the gentleman in the middle, he has been doing martial arts for over 60 years. And he is a grand master. He's the highest rank you can possibly get. He's a 10th degree black belt. Okay, when you reach a certain level, you actually don't wear a black belt. You get to wear, in the traditional karate, Okinawan style karate, you get to wear a solid red belt, and that's a big honor, right? And then this is my husband over here. This is Hanshi, that's his title, Ron Leach, and he's a 9th degree. This gentleman here is Hanshi Howard Bloom. He's also a 9th degree. And there's me. I have a little circle there. That's me, and I'm a 5th degree black belt. And karate has been my passion, and I'm going to share a story with you here in a little bit and show you how I tied all that together so that I could live out my passions and be able to make a good living from doing that. All right, so let me give you a little more information about me. This is my family. That's me, obviously, in the middle, but I have 2 sons. I'm a mom. My youngest son, Jack, there, the little white belt, he's 7 years old. And my oldest son, Ty, he's 11. Well, he'll be 11 here in the next week or so. And then my husband, Ron, who also is an instructor just like me. We together run the karate school here in Branson, Missouri. But I didn't always used to be a martial artist. When I was 7 years old, this is me. I know it's kind of hard to believe. I used to be this tiny, but this was me when I was 7 years old. So how did I become a karate instructor and an internet marketer for that matter from that little 7-year-old girl? Well, let me tell you a story, okay? When I was 7 years old, my mother put me in a ballet class. All right, my mother had done ballet, and she thought it would be something that I would enjoy. And this is not my ballet class, but it looked very similar to this. There was about that many girls. We all wore pink leotards, and we were in the Houston. I grew up in Houston, Texas, and so we were being trained by one of the professional ballerinas from the Houston uh, Ballet Center, and she was very strict. She had, she didn't, it wasn't this woman, but this reminded me of the stick that she used to help us in ballet. The ballerina had a dowel rod that she used to keep the beat for the music, and then every now and then she would tap you with it in order to get you to lift your legs up higher or to do the right dance move. Well, when you're little, when you're 7, that can be a little scary to have somebody touching you with a stick. And that's what happened to my best friend Meg, who was in the class with me. She made my friend Meg cry. Not only did she make her cry, Meg actually broke down into tears and wet her leotard. So there was a puddle on the floor because she was so scared of that dowel rod. And that made me angry because I didn't feel like that was a good way to teach. So when the teacher left the room to get some paper towels to clean up what Meg had left, I broke the ballet teacher's stick. Yeah, I did that. So that's what I did. I broke it right across my knee, and then I threw it under the table in the studio in hopes that nobody would see it. But I was ratted out by some of my little friends, and I got into trouble. And the result of that was my mom took me out of ballet. Now, I share this story with you because it was a turning point for me. And I was actually happy to get out of ballet because that never was my thing. That wasn't my passion. I was just doing it to please my mom. And some of you may be in a similar situation where you're doing something to please your parents or to please your spouse or to please your peers, but it's not really who you are. Once you realize what you really love, you should pursue that no matter what anyone thinks. Okay? So here's what happened next. I love to watch karate on TV, specifically Kung Fu Theater. I don't know if any of you watched that when you were a kid or even know what I'm talking about, but they had these old shows on television when I grew up in the 80s, and it was Kung Fu Theater, and they all spoke Chinese, actually, and their mouths would move, and then the English would be dubbed over. So it was really funny, but I loved watching the karate moves that they did on that. So I convinced my mother to sign me up for karate. This was totally different than, what my mother had envisioned for me as a child. I was a little tomboy, and here I wanted to do karate, which was something that primarily little boys did, not little girls, where I grew up. But I was determined, and that's what I wanted to do. That was my passion. And guess what? I loved karate. Loved it. I still do. It's my passion, right? You do what you love. So after many years of training, and you'll see here, I eventually reached black belt, and I'm right here in the middle, the blonde. This was at one of the ceremonies for earning a rank in the black belt. What a lot of people don't realize is that there are 10 levels of colored belts before you reach black belt. And it typically takes, at a traditional school, anywhere from 4 to 5 years before you reach first degree black belt. Now, at the black belt level, there's also a 10 levels of black belt. Okay, so a lot of people think that you just stop at first degree black belt. Well, that just tells you that you've made it enough that you know the basics in the art. If you want to really get in deep into the martial arts world, you keep going, and you can go as high as 10th degree. So I trained and trained and trained, and in many systems, you can't even teach until you at least reach the 4th degree level. Okay, so right now I'm a 5th degree, so I'm considered the first level master degree. So later on, I opened my own dojo in the Branson area, and I still own the dojo there, and my husband and I both run it. If you are ever in the Branson area, feel free to stop by. I'd love to meet you. We are called Branson Karate, and we're located where Cherry Berry Ice Cream is and Pizza Hut. So that's on Green Mountain Drive. Feel free to come by or call me ahead of time so I know you're coming, and I'll meet you in person there. So it's been great that I've been able to live out my passion. Not only that, my children also love the martial arts. I didn't force them to do it. It's something that my sons asked if they could do it too. And so it's become a family thing for us, and in which we do that. So I wrote in here, and this is part of what I'm going to do in my presentation today with these children at the school system. But how can you become a sensei or a teacher? Really, how can you follow your passions? And if you wanted to be a teacher, well, number one, you have to get training. If you want to be a karate teacher, you have to get enough training so that you can earn your black belt. Well, to convert that for any business that you want to be in, you have to become an expert in your field before you just go out and teach. And by expert, you need to know enough that you feel confident in what you're speaking. And if you get to that point, then the next thing you need, obviously, you need to have education. You need to know how you can set it up as a real business. Okay, it's one thing to have a hobby. A hobby is something you enjoy doing, but it doesn't make you any money. Okay, a business is something you enjoy doing and it makes you money. All right, so knowledge is power, and that's the second thing you need in order to turn your passion into a profitable venture. The next thing you do need is an investment. In anything that you really want to do in life, you have to invest in yourself in order to achieve success. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They think they can just join somebody else's business and they don't need to pay anything in order to get that experience. Well, you get what you pay for. And think about college. For those of you that are college graduates or are embarking on a college graduate, to get your degree, it costs money to go to college. Well, it's the same thing for any business that you want to be in or any career that you want to go into. It's going to cost money and education to invest in yourself. And not only that, you have to have enough money that you've saved up in order, at least on the karate side, to rent or purchase a training hall or a place for you a building for you to do the martial arts. You also need money for equipment, tools of the trade, in our case, uniforms as well, and of course, advertising and marketing, because how am I going to get people to go there if I don't have a little bit of money to advertise and promote that? All right, so these are all things that they seem pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised a lot of folks forget that part. So sometimes in order to reach your dreams, you have to work another job or do something in order to earn money or get an investor so that you can achieve your dreams. The fourth thing that you need is a positive attitude, and specifically you have to love what you're doing, because no matter what business you're in, be it martial arts, yoga, scuba diving, whatever it is, you have to enjoy doing it if you're going to really make a success of it. Because it doesn't matter how much money you get from whatever career choice that you make, you're not going to be happy with that if you're not happy doing it. Believe me, I've been there. I've had other careers in which I was making really good money, and I ended up being miserable because it wasn't my passion. I was just chasing the dollar. So you have to love what you're doing, enjoy getting up and going to it every day, and believe that this is really the path that you want to go down. So this is a little saying that we have up in our dojo, and that is, a black belt is a white belt that never gave up. White belt is the very beginning of your training. And a lot of times, everybody wants to be a black belt, but then they get in and they realize, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. And I have to remember a lot of things, and I have to strengthen my body, my mind, my spirit in order to reach it. Well, the only difference between somebody who starts karate and somebody who reaches black belt is the black belt never gave up. So if that's you, if you really want to go after your dreams, then you have to set in your mind that I'm not giving up until I reach it, no matter how long it takes. And that leads me to, I skipped one, but I'll just go on through it. There's a quote that I have in this presentation that I think will really sink in, and it ties in with the one I just had. So here's where, a lot of people say, oh, you're just a karate instructor. Well, no, I've expanded that. I've scaled my business into something so much bigger. Karate is just the vehicle of my passion in which I reach people and help them to live out their passions. Do you see how that works? You can turn any passion into a vehicle to reach more people and change lives. And so one of the things that I do, or additional things that I do with my karate, is I teach with my husband women's self-defense classes. We do these clinics throughout the year in which we invite women of all different ages to come in and learn how to defend themselves and how to have personal safety, so that when they travel, when they're in college, or if they're older, when they're driving their car or walking to the parking lot, how they can protect themselves and be safe. So we do that, and that's one of our services that we provide to our community. Something else that I've done is I've written 2 books. These books are ways of sharing my passion and helping others in their journey in life. So that's something you can do with your own passions. I also teach. I teach different courses all over the world. In the first image, the one with all the camera equipment, this was last year in Orlando, Florida. I was invited to be a speaker at a mastermind. And at that mastermind, there was about 70 people in the room. And we also had it live cast or broadcast over the internet for close to 1,000 people around the world. And the purpose of this mastermind was to teach people how to build a business around their passions. So that's what I was doing. I was teaching that, and it was an incredible experience. We stayed in a 15,000 square foot mansion, and I got to live there without having to even pay. They paid me to do it so that I could get up there and speak. So pretty exciting. And then on the right-hand side, this is me leading a breathing exercise. And then I also taught a similar course to what I taught in Orlando. But this picture with my coral shirt, I was in Indonesia. I was in Bali, Indonesia, halfway around the world from the US, teaching a group of people from all over the world, my passion and how they could transform their lives into one in which they love getting up and doing what they love. So pretty exciting that I have those opportunities, and all of that stems from me following my own passions and turning that into a business. One other thing that I do is I created my own TV show. It's called Martial Way Network TV, and what I do is I spread the martial way to the world. If you're not familiar with the martial way means knowledge as a way to improve oneself and the lives of others. And so I interview people, I get on there with a panel of other martial artists from around the world, and we share ways that anyone, be it a martial artist or not, can improve their lives and the lives of others. And it's really taken off. We have a huge following. We have over 15,000 people that follow us from all over the world, and it's just something that I always wanted to do. And now we have advertisers that are seeking us out to advertise on our show. So look at that. These are just other ways that you can enjoy your passion and monetize it and make it into something big. Pretty cool, right? I hope this is inspiring to you. If it is, comment down below, because I will read that as soon as I get back from my presentation today. I'm going to read all the comments and see what you guys got out of this presentation. All right, so this is the quote that I was going to mention earlier. I kind of moved it around in my slides here, and that is, number one, if I were to give anyone advice on their career, and that is, choose to do what you love doing. Life is too short for you to do something in which you just hate getting up in the morning to do. Get up, find something you like doing, no matter how much it pays. It may not pay very much initially, but do something that just lights you up. It's going to make your life that much sweeter and that much better if you can do that. And believe it or not, if you're happy, you're going to find other ways to monetize that so that you can live the lifestyle that you desire. And then this is one of my favorite quotes. I don't remember who it's attributed to. I didn't get a chance to look that up. But never give up on your dream just because of the time it will take to achieve it. The time will pass anyways. Time is our most valuable commodity. And if you believe, I'll eventually get to my dreams later on, you may not have that chance or that opportunity. So do it now. Do it now. Even if it's hard, even if you have to make sacrifices, do it now, because it will be worth it. I promise you. All right? So here are some steps to have success, no matter what your passion is. And this is one of the things I do is I mentor students. I teach them how they can turn any passion into a business, into a successful business. So the first thing is you need to get a mentor or a coach. We call them either thing, and talk to them and schedule appointments with them so that they can help you to turn your passion into a business. The second thing, and you can do this either before or after you get a mentor, is know what you truly love doing. What is it that if money was not an option, what would you do if you could do it every day? And it may be a number of things, but just start making a list. And one of them will really stand out for you. It did for me. The one that stands out for you, circle that, and then talk with your mentor, and she or he can teach you how you can turn that into a business. The third thing is find a target market. This is other people who would benefit from your passion and what you love doing. And again, a mentor can help you find that target market and teach you how to reach them with marketing and advertising. The fourth thing is use tools to package it up. This is where a lot of folks get stuck, is maybe they found their target market, they know what they love doing, but there's only one of them. And so they aren't making a lot of money doing it because they're spending so much time one-on-one with people trying to accomplish something. Like I was speaking with somebody today, and if you're on this call, you know who you are, but I'm going to share a little bit of your story. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but they have a herbalist business where they help people. They meet with them one-on-one and help them solve pains that they might have using herbs. Okay, and I thought that was really cool, but they're only doing it on a one-on-one basis, and so they're only making very little income from it and not enough to do it full time. So you have to learn how to package that up in a way so that you can reach more people all at once. One of the easiest and quickest ways to do that is use the power of the internet to record a session targeted to a specific audience. So I had talked to this person about one of their clients, and they had somebody that had prostate cancer. That is one of their clients that comes to them more frequently than all of their other clients, and really is getting benefit from these herbs. And so I said, well, great, there's your target market. Use that market and package up a training course on herbalism just for people with prostate cancer. Reach out to them, record that training session, charge for it, and then put it up online as a pre-recorded course where they can learn what they need in order to relieve the pain of prostate cancer using herbs. You could also package up a kit of herbs that this person also sells to her clients, and you could provide that with the package, with your training package. So are you understanding? By doing it that way, she's multiplying herself, and so that she can get her service, get her passion into more people's hands. Pretty great, right? And then this kind of leads right into step 5, is scaling up your passion using the internet. And if you have somebody like myself who has gotten really good at internet marketing, there are a number of ways that you can take what your passion is and those packages and get it out to the world in a much broader way over the internet, and literally make income while you sleep. I know that sounds crazy. Wouldn't it be great if you just woke up in the morning and you had, several $1,000s that just were sent to you, and they purchased products or services that were automatically shipped to them, and they received them. You didn't even have to do anything. I know that sounds like a dream, doesn't it? It sounds, wow, that blows my mind. I do that, and it's possible for you, and that's what we teach you how to do if you use myself as a mentor. All right, so I hope this is getting you excited and juiced up. So let me give you some resources now, and we'll close this up. So here's the first resource, and that is I offer coaching. I alluded to that earlier. If you are somebody that is like my friend who I'm helping out, who is looking for a mentor to help you discover how you can package up your ideas into a real business that you can actually make a livable wage with, then I encourage you to set up a coaching session with me. So here's the cool thing. You can set up to a 20-minute coaching session for no charge with me right now. All you got to do is go to teamtough.com coaching, or just click the button. You'll see one up above that says coaching. Click on that and you can purchase a 20-minute second. Well, it's free. You don't purchase anything. Just click on it, schedule it, and then we'll have a 20-minute complimentary session and see if it's a good fit and if it's something where I can help you to transform your life and your business into the one you've been dreaming about, right? And if it's a good fit, then I do have coaching packages that we can discuss, and it'll fit anyone's budget. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't afford a coach. We can make it work with your budget, and I'll talk with you on your 20-minute session, okay? The second thing that's really helped me, if you are just looking for the tools that I've used to market my own business and my life, then right now I have a special offer for just $2. You can join Team Tough and get access to the same tools that I've used to promote my business and the same training that I've used to become a great internet marketer. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I have the training tools that is the cream of the crop for becoming a stellar internet marketer. And a lot of folks don't even know where to get this training. It's not something you can learn in college. This comes from the industry of internet marketing. And you can do the $2 trial right now just with this special link. Don't share it, please. This is just for people that watch my Down and Dirty, and that's dollar.teamtough.com. Make sure you don't put a www or it won't work. Okay, so it's dollar.teamtough.com. And then finally, the big one. For those of you who have an idea, you have a mentor, or you're wanting a mentor and a way to monetize that, I have recently been selected and joined a founders group. And this founders group has a new product that's in pre-launch right now through Friday, in which it comes with marketing, it comes with coaching tools, it comes with an internet-based system so that you can create your own products. And I can't say too much more because I had to actually sign an NDA. But if that's something that you're like, wow, I just want a full package so that I can have everything that I need in order to be successful in my passion, then visit this toughprelaunch.com. That's the waiting list to get in, and then you'll receive a personal email from me, and I'll even call you as well and work with you to see if it's a good fit. I can only get a limited number of people in on this because the cart closes on Friday. So if you're selected, it's a big deal, and this is huge. This is going to completely change the way people do business online. So these are the 3 resources that I recommend. I personally use them, and this is how I was able to turn my life into one of my passions. All right, so let me just finish up here with a big thank you, and this is a formal bow that we do in the martial arts world when we are congratulating those folks who have achieved rank. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bigger here. I really appreciate you sitting through this today. I hope you got some value and inspiration from this. And most of all, I hope that you follow your true passions and live a life to its fullest, because like I said, you never know when your expiration date is. You might as well work on your passions and living that life now so that you can inspire others, just like I hope that I inspire you. All right, hope to see you next week for the Down and Dirty at 1:30, and I'm off to talk to the school. Take care.